Hello and welcome to Lifetime on Cork, the podcast where we discuss your favorite made-for-TV movies. Whether you love to hate watch or hate yourself for loving them, pour up a glass of your favorite cocktail and join us. I am your host, Patrick Serrano, and my guests today are...
I'm Drew Bear. I'm Drew Bear.
And I'm Matt.
Yeah.
That's right. Drew Bear and Matt are here. Hi, Matt.
Hey, Patrick. How are you?
Good. So we have a call-in, everyone. I know we love call-ins when we have them on the podcast, but I had to get Matt on the podcast because it was really funny. We randomly were at a wedding. Carmen, you know Carmen, Drew.
Mm-hmm.
Carmen's wedding, and Matt was there. We were just talking. It was really nice. And then, of course, since, I like to talk about myself, I was talking about the podcast. And then I'm like, oh my God, you need to come on the podcast.
Yeah.
And here he is.
And here he is all the way from Maryland.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I listened to several of your episodes on my 18-hour car drive from Florida.
Yes.
Nice.
Just moved. He's in a new apartment just for us, giving us a little bit of time. So thank you, Matt, and watching this movie also.
It was such a pleasure to watch and to be here.
So my question for you, Matt, is do you watch a lot of Lifetime? I can't imagine that you do.
I watched some growing up because I think it was probably because I was a mama's boy. So these women's films did kind of speak to me.
Sure.
But I watched kind of USA, Lifetime. There's probably another network that I can't think of, but I've seen several of the, man is coming after a woman overcomes. I've been down this road before, but it's been probably 20 years or more.
USA Up All Night.
Oh gosh,
remember
yes.
that?
Yeah.
What was that one where it was two people watch a movie, a late night movie?
I think that's what that was.
Yeah,
that was. It was the
just a guy and a girl, and they're we're watching this movie.
But they would a lot of times would watch crazy B horror movies.
Right.
It was the first time I saw Psycho 4.
Psycho 4, never heard of it.
And realized there's two others. Wait, yeah.
I think I've only seen 1 and 2.
Yeah, I didn't know there was a 2 until then.
I think the main guy from the original one, didn't he reprise his role in a couple of them too?
Yeah, Anthony Perkins. He came back for the. I think it was the second one, but then I guess they just kept going after he died.
Yeah, they just kept making them.
Whatever.
Why not?
Well, speaking of Psycho, this is a good segue because our movie today, Drew, is titled "My Mother's Killer Boyfriend."
Uh-oh.
Yikes! I know. It stars Amber Goldfarb, Damon Runyan, who we've had talked about on the podcast before. He's the guy with the ninja as his headshot on IMDb.
Yep.
He changed it because of us, probably.
I hope so. I hope it was because of us. They're dude, you have a ninja. You have a ninja headshot.
Yeah. And Ashe Arnold. Those are the people in the movie.
Yep.
None of them are notable. So
Who is Ashe Arnold?
I think he's the boy. Yeah. He's the son.
Okay.
He looks like a little kid.
And here's a little disclaimer. This movie, you'd think from the title that it's from the perspective of the son about his mother's killer boyfriend. Right? That's what you would think. That's not what the movie is at all.
Of course not.
Not at all. Not at all.
Of course not.
So I looked it up because I'm okay, what's going on? What's the Canadian title? And it's called, it was originally called The Narcissist. Okay.
Sure.
Now.
Yeah, I looked that up too.
You did? Now, Matt.
I saw that, yeah.
My question for you would be, as you're a very smart person and you know about things, narcissism, is that a very dangerous thing like this movie depicts?
Well, yeah, as your mental health content expert, I would say that narcissism, it's have you ever heard of the DSM, the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual for mental health disorders?
Of course I have, yeah.
I have, yes.
Drew has, but, I think I got Cliff Notes version of that.
Yeah, I got it. I haven't read all the way through it yet. I'm just halfway, but yeah.
Okay.
I know. I mean, it's hard to put it down, but it does take time. But it's in there. Narcissistic personality disorder is a thing, and there's many other personality disorders. I could list a few of them, but I don't know them all. but it exists. But I think what they usually, how they work it in mental health at least, is that people have traits of some of these disorders.
Okay.
So to actually be diagnosed with one of these personality disorders is somewhat rare. I've heard people say like 1% of the population has this disorder, but I don't know how true that is.
Can I tell you what I think it is from? Can I tell you like from pop culture what I think narcissism is like you like look in the mirror a lot and you like talk about yourself and you just think you're so great.
It's like, you know how certain people are self-centered. When you call somebody self-centered,
right,
the world revolves around that person.
Yeah,
that's narcissism. But it's not necessarily, oh, you have narcissistic personality disorder. That's like,
right,
that's like something. That's the extreme version of when you go, that person's really self-centered. So if you think of it like that,
so it can be a character trait.
Yeah, it could be like, it's like a personality trait, but it can be so extreme that it becomes a disorder.
Gotcha.
Yeah, like some people like love to look in the mirror, some people like nice clothes, and then some people have like this inability to form healthy relationships and bonds, and that's just like a big pathology, they say. Like, so if you have a pathological state where you can't function normally, even though you think, things are going well, you think everything's amazing, then you might have like this actual disorder. I mean, like, granted, what do I know? I'm at the very beginning of this little career, but
sure,
that's my understanding of it.
Okay, well, and you're the professional. I'm basing it off. Like, I played narcissist in a play one time, and I fell into a pool and drowned.
Oh, see, that's what happens to narcissists.
So that's my relation to narcissism, and then I was very worried I might be a narcissist.
And I'm only halfway through the book, so
right, you're only halfway through the book.
Don't listen to mine.
All right, well, okay. That's not the title of the movie, but I did want to get that done at the top because Lifetime is doing this new trend where they like actually, it's like a disorder, mental health disorder, like of the week type of thing.
Ooh, fun!
But they like do it Lifetime-y,
really?
So they get it like they get it totally wrong, and very dangerous and not good.
So they turn this guy into a psychopath.
Oh yeah, Matt. They do like multiple personality disorder. What is it called? DID?
Yeah. Well, dissociative
identity disorder. Yeah.
Yes, I learned that on a Lifetime movie, DID, and they were like throwing that around like it was like very common.
And it's
knowledge.
like one of the most rarest things that.
It's so rare.
It's so
I met
rare.
one person with it. Yeah, I've talked to one person with it, and it was the kind of thing where you had to figure out who you were speaking with that day or that moment.
Yeah.
The person kind of switched in and out of personalities, but
it's very fascinating.
Did they change outfits?
No, you know what? They never changed their hair, their makeup.
That's what happens in
It's
Lifetime.
a little confusing, yeah.
In Lifetime, they always change their outfits based on their character.
Wait, really?
So
Yeah.
you know
that's hilarious.
You know who's saying what?
Yep. Like if she's the little kid persona, she has like pigtails,
and one of those hats with a twirly thing on top of it.
a twirly thing.
I'm
on
a
top.
kid.
That's awesome.
Okay, so
I would love to see that movie. I want to watch that one next.
okay, we'll do that one next. So let's jump into the movie. We've had all our science talk or whatever it's called. What is it called?
Psychobabble.
Psychology.
Yeah.
We've had all our psychology at the top of the show. So if anybody was worried that we're not taking this serious, we are. So serious. So we start off with a woman. Her name is April, okay? And she's driving away from Damon Runyan, and she's like crying. This might not been in the YouTube clip I sent you, Matt.
Okay.
But he's like chasing her in a car, and then like an accident happens.
Okay.
That's the beginning of the movie. Okay. Then we flash to 1 year later, and we meet Nicole. Nicole, she's kind of like dirty blonde hair, I guess. And she is a photographer, like a blogger type of thing, like a food blogger, I think, right?
Sure, okay.
Yeah, she's a food blogger. I also wanted to note that in the opening that I saw, which was just a dude in the car looking, frustrated, the song that it was playing, the lyrics were, "It all came crashing down." It was very subtle.
God. Wow. Yeah. Okay. Well, good, because it was a car crash, that attention to detail.
That's good.
Okay. So Nicole is a single mother, Drew, and she is just like she wants to meet someone who expresses his emotions. She wants to like meet a new guy. She has a son, of course.
Yeah.
And the husband and her, I don't think they're divorced. I think they might be like taking a break.
Separated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Separated. It's not really clear. I don't think it's determined.
I mean, that's what my parents said. We're just going to be separated.
Okay.
And then, boom, divorce. Jeez.
Wow. That's
Liars.
That's tough, Drew.
That's hard.
I
Sorry to
mean,
hear that.
it's hard to be a child of divorce.
I'm over it.
but
I was 9.
It's fine. Whatever. So, okay. Nicole has a friend who invites her to a barbecue, and it's like a bunch of like professors or something. I'm not sure why. It's just like a professor party.
Yeah, professor party. Hell yeah. I bet that gets crazy.
And Jonathan...
It looked really swanky, too. Like,
yeah.
Really swanky. People were dressed way too nice. Anyway.
Yes. And Jonathan is there. That's the Damon Runyan guy. And he's like built, like he's like very handsome. Like he looks like a professor. You know what I mean? He's got that swoopy hair. He's got like a tweed jacket on with like the patches on the sleeves.
Yeah, he's a good looking dude.
Yeah. And he gets set up with Nicole, and he like tells her that his wife died in a car crash. And according to Jonathan, his wife was a crazy alcoholic. That's why she got in a car crash.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Oh, I bet he's lying.
But he's focused on moving on, and then he finds out Nicole's a food blogger, and he's like, "You gonna cook me some dinner, girl?" And she's like, "I guess."
Yeah, I love that transition.
I mean,
that transition was really good. He talks about his wife being an alcoholic and dying, and then he goes, "This is what I wrote." He said, "I want a gourmet meal." And looked at her like with those hungry eyes kind of thing.
Yes.
And then
What?
it was just really smooth.
Yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't really clear if like she was going to be the meal or she was like cooking him a meal.
I think it's both.
Or either way,
Right.
it's like sexist because it's like, why do I have to cook?
Wait, did they mistake narcissism with cannibalism?
Right.
Is that
Yes. They're like, it ends with an ism, so it's fine.
What's narcissism? It's the one
Leave
where
it
the
to
people eat
lifetime.
each other. I don't know.
Yes. So, he's like putting the moves on her and he wastes no time. They like go out he invites her on this date and she's like Googling him and he takes her out on a little picnic, which is like a nice date. This felt like The Bachelor or The Bachelorette, like
Great.
just like going out, having a little picnic. He takes her on his boat.
Ooh.
His boat's name is what?
Okay, but his boat, it is called. Do you want to guess, Drew, what it might be called?
Yeah. The narcissist.
No.
Close. It's called Heartthrob.
Brilliant.
Heartthrob.
That was my second guess. You should have. You didn't let me finish.
Oh.
My second was heartthrob. Yeah.
Yes. And I mean, the guy has a boat, so like he's doing very well for himself. And they cruise around on the water. Music is like swelling. They're having like a very Titanic moment, like steering the boat and like being in all white. It's like wind blowing in their hair. It's very. I was like, this looks great.
Yeah.
I know. I was kind of like, besides the boat name, like I would want to be there. Yeah.
Exactly. This is like a perfect date. So, I don't care if he's a killer. Damon Runyan can get it. Okay, he's good.
Yeah.
So they talk on the boat. They're like talking about like their favorite things. Her favorite things are blue, the color. To Kill a Mockingbird.
Oh, come on.
And daisies.
The book, not the movie.
Yes.
The
She's a
book,
reader.
not the movie
or the play.
or the play. Okay.
The play.
And he tells her, she's like, "What are your favorite things?" And he's like, I always wanted to be an only child." And she's like, "That wasn't the assignment." Like, what is happening?
That's not what I was at. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's really strange. And she's like, "Yeah, I thought we established
Yeah.
that you were an only child." Like,
Okay.
it was very
I
Yeah.
don't get if that's just like, is that just reinforcing like this guy's a little like all about me, narcissistic? Is that what it was? Like to set up for that?
I
whole
guess
thing?
that's what they were
I don't know
going
what
for,
that
but it was very random. And like, even the actress like was like, "What the fuck?" So
What?
they move on. They have a champagne toast to spontaneity, and they kiss. And I'm like, yes, we're kissing at the beginning of the movie.
Kiss
This
it,
is
get it.
great.
Yep.
She gets home from her date, and her teenage son's like, some flowers came for you. And she like turns the corner, and it's like a room full of daisies.
Oh.
Okay.
Like dozens of vases of daisies. Yeah, it's a little much.
And she's like so impressed.
It's like, wow. But also, where am I going to put all these?
Yeah.
Where am I putting all these?
So the son is like very not impressed, by the way. Talking about the
Course
son
not.
for a minute. He's like very pale, like redhead Canadian guy. He's always got headphones on and
Yeah, sounds
like a
about
hoodie.
right.
And he just pops in and out of scenes periodically throughout the movie. Okay.
What's going on? I don't care. Bye.
Basically. But like more Canadian, Joe. Got to be more Canadian.
Yeah.
Sorry.
He's like friendlier. Yeah, he's friendlier about it.
Yeah, he's like grumpy, but so nice about it.
What's going on, eh?
Yeah.
Sorry.
So we're on a college campus.
Oh, no, Mom, leave me alone, eh?
Sorry to leave.
That's
Sorry,
good.
eh?
That's good, Matt.
Leave me alone, eh?
So we're on the college campus just to reestablish that Professor Jonathan is a professor, okay? And there's a student in his class, and like someone's hitting on the student, and he's like, "Hey, not in my class. Me Too movement is happening in my class. No inappropriate business."
Okay.
And the girl like comes up to him after class. She's like, "Thanks, Prof. Thanks for helping me out with that." She's like,
Yeah.
opening her blouse a little bit, and
Sure.
she's like tossing her hair around. You know how I used to talk to professors in college.
You know how dudes like it, like what girls do. Tossing
Right.
their hair around.
Yeah.
Showing their neck more.
Yeah.
Got it. You got us.
A little bit.
You got us right there and then.
So this will come back. This scene is very pointless,
Did you-
but it'll come back.
Okay.
Did you think there was something about so the lesson that day also was metaphor versus simile, but they never actually explain. He starts a sentence 5 times, and they never actually explain the difference between a simile and a metaphor, which I think we all learned in high school. I mean, whatever, but do you think there was some meaning to that? I don't know, Patrick, if you thought of that when you watched it. But I was like, why do they keep talking about similes and metaphors? But maybe not.
We should establish that I have not gone to doctor school, so you are noticing way more important details than I am.
Okay.
Usually I drink wine when I watch Lifetime, and I have to decipher my typing from my notes that are very jumbled.
But that's where they want them to sound really smart, but they really don't. Whoever wrote it, they don't really even know.
It'd be like if I wrote it, simile, metaphor. That's a thing, right?
Now the difference between the question. Well, no, that's a different. But anyway, the difference between simile and a metaphor is what? Sorry, what was the question?
Yes.
Interruption.
But
they
it's
didn't
basically
quite finish the Wikipedia entry.
No, they did not. They did not. So Jonathan is coming to pick up Nicole for a date, and he finally meets the son. The son's name's Connor. We get his name at this point. And the son's super unimpressed with Jonathan, especially when Jonathan wolf whistles as Nicole comes down the stairs. He's like, I can't do it. That's it.
Yeah.
He does that.
That's it.
And it's like, what a narcissist, right? That is so what a narcissist would do. Wolf whistle. So they go on their date. Another date happens, and he gives her some jewelry to celebrate their 336th hour anniversary.
What?
Yeah.
It's a lot of time, I guess.
It's
For
2 weeks.
What, 12
I
months? I have no
Googled.
idea. Okay.
I Googled that because I was like,
I go, it's 2 weeks.
it's 2 weeks.
But that
Okay.
exactly 2 weeks because you're not awake for anyway. Yeah,
Yes.
okay.
But they're little earrings that he had custom made for her or something. It'll come back.
Okay.
To win over Connor, because Connor didn't really like the wolf whistle thing, he gets him tickets to a local band concert. So the Limbos are playing.
Right, my band. Yeah,
That's Drew's
that's
band,
my
man.
band. So my band is playing, and he gets.
Oh,
cool.
okay, nice.
All right, he's cool then. He's cool right now.
Yeah, he got him tickets to the Limbos, and Connor's like, hell yes, I love the Limbos. And they do a dude handshake,
Yeah,
like a slap it, punch it, pop it,
Pop it.
Yeah,
twist
like
it.
there's
Twist.
5 steps to it. Yeah.
Matt, do you do cool
Lick
handshakes?
it. Yeah.
I do it when I see like one uncle. It's kind of cute because like he taught me when I was really little how to be a bro.
Okay.
So I never forgot.
How to be a bro.
I think you should just do that to like all your patients.
Oh,
It'll really win them
they call
over.
that, yeah.
And you, what's up, bro? Yeah.
It makes you
Bump.
I think they
relatable.
call that.
Bump it.
Yeah, yeah. They call that building rapport.
Cool. Good. I'm glad we're here to help on Lifetime in Court. Okay.
It's called transference.
Yes.
When you do a fist bump.
Oh God. So then Jonathan and Nicole have hot, sexy time.
Yay.
But we
Good for
don't
them.
see any of the hot, sexy time. No strong male backs or thrusting here.
Oh, okay.
It's just like a.
We do see so many abs. That guy's abs are like
They're
in
good.
the shot the whole
Good
time.
abs. Okay.
Yeah.
good.
Anytime this man can be shirtless in this movie, he is. Just so you are aware.
Good. What?
And that's what a
Yeah.
Lifetime movie should be.
That's exactly. That's exactly the.
But the best part about this sex scene was that he takes the trash out after.
Wow.
I know. I'm like, what
Yeah.
a nice guy.
What a narcissist.
It's not. What a narcissist. Of course, he's just fishing for compliments. But as he's taking
But
out
there
the
was
trash,
something special.
yeah,
Yeah,
you say the
yeah.
special thing, Matt.
Oh, okay. So there was this, I think they did like a Zoom or like a focus earlier on where in the home, Nicole, main woman, she has a picture of her ex-husband or estranged husband and the son still like prominently displayed in the house. And so you see that in an earlier scene. So bad guy, what was his name? Jonathan
Yeah.
takes the photo out with the trash. It wasn't supposed to be trash. It was supposed to be prominently displayed in the home.
Yeah.
He takes it, and instead of just throwing it away, what did he do exactly, Patrick? He like
He-
punches it
He lights
or
it on fire?
something
He
outside.
Hulk smashes it. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, he
Okay.
instead of just throwing it away, he smashes it and then puts it in the garbage. Yeah,
He uses his narcissist
because he's
strength.
the new guy. He's the new guy in town.
Narcissist.
Yeah, when you have like a peak narcissism moment, you get really strong.
You get,
Kind of
like,
like
superhuman
women when
strong.
they're saving their children
Yeah.
from danger and they can lift cars, you know? It's
Yeah.
like that.
It's like that.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
happens.
When your narcissism is threatened, you Hulk out.
Yes.
Yep.
So the whole family's starting to hang out. Like it's getting very serious, and they're all like they're like washing cars in the scene because they need something to do in the scene. So they're washing cars. And Jonathan says he's getting work done on his house, and Nicole is like, "Oh, really? You should just move in to my house. What do you think, Connor?" And Connor's like, okay, I guess I have no choice."
I mean, okay. I don't know.
Yeah, he's like not into it,
Yeah.
but
And he says she's like, how long will it be? He's like, I don't know, 2 days, 2 weeks, 6 months. Like what?
yeah,
Oh,
It
no
could
big
be like
deal.
half a year.
Red flag, man.
And she's like, just move in.
Yeah. So
Anyway.
as he's like unpacking all his stuff, he picks up this, or she picks up like an award, and she's like, "What's this award for?" And he's like, "Oh," and then flash to April, the alcoholic ex-wife of his who died.
Okay.
She's like, it's the night he won the award, and he's like, "You were being outrageous, and what's going on? You were flirting with all my coworkers." And she's like, "I'm just proud of you, and I just want you to do great."
Mm-hmm.
And he's like got the award in his hand, and he like starts like throwing her around, you know.
Oh.
It's like getting abusive.
Yeah.
And then they like get in the car, and then you see like the accident, or you don't see the accident, but you can infer it's
You
the
go,
same
oh,
night.
then that happened that night. Great.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So now we
Yeah,
kind
he
of
was
know.
scary. That was like him being scary for the first time, I think.
Were you scared?
Well, I didn't see the. I was like, oh, I mean, I obviously knew it was a flashback and that woman was dying, but like, you see him as, like the vengeful, full of rage narcissist that can really be violent. So,
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Which is what happens, I guess. So Jonathan then does some push-ups with his shirt off and like getting ready for bed type of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
For no reason.
Does he looking at a mirror when he's doing push-ups?
No, but his Nicole's like, "You look great. You're in such good shape." And he's like, "Oh, stop." But he's like, "Please, more.
I know. I know.
More compliments."
She's also
please.
like, she's like, for your age or something like that. And he's like, gets really defensive.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Oh.
Yes, he takes like
He's very
everything like very
insecure.
personal. Mm-hmm.
He's super insecure, which
But doesn't believe
part
he
of
is.
the disorder.
Yeah.
Right.
But doesn't know that he is.
So there's a dinner party, and Nicole catches Jonathan in a lie because he's like telling a story, and he said he was like from one place, but he's actually from another place, or he said he was from another place, blah, blah, blah. And she brings it up later, and he like shuts her down. He's like, what are you, like, fact checking my life? Like, stay out of my business. Like,
Gaslighting her,
yeah. And she's like, I don't know. And there's like all these little microaggressions that are happening, and I brought a clip today to show you kind of the microaggressions because they're so minute to like explain them to you. It's like stupid.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna play it, and then we'll talk about it. Okay, here we go.
I love the little sprinkle of gray.
What gray?
It was a compliment. It makes you look distinguished.
When I need your commentary, I'll ask for it.
Yeah. And then it's gonna flash to another scene after this.
Okay.
Just it's like an abrupt cut.
That was a little dramatic. Like, oh my God.
Yeah.
There are other people
So
in
now
here?
it's the next day with the sun.
Maybe the rest of us would enjoy a glass of juice every now and then without your bacteria floating around in it. It's a pretty disgusting habit.
But
Everything okay in here?
Everything is great. Just giving some life lessons that obviously slip through the cracks.
oh,
See, like parenting
That's-
shade.
that's not. Those aren't microaggressions.
Yeah.
That's straight up just like, I mean, just being passive aggressive,
okay.
right?
Right.
That's just like going like,
Yes.
right? I don't know. Maybe I don't know what microaggressions are then.
Well, I mean, it's like you can't really pinpoint like why it's like shitty, but it's just you just know it is shitty. You
Yeah.
know? You're like,
Oh.
that was weird.
Yeah.
I
Those are-
hate that.
those
I
are the-
hate that. That drives me crazy. Microaggressions make me so
So it's just
annoyed.
so microaggressions are just it's just another way of saying passive aggressive
I guess, right, Matt?
because that's the same thing.
Like one of the things that I think about sometimes is especially in like healthcare setting too. Like if you're a doctor but you're a person of color and you come into a room, a microaggression example of that is maybe folks not thinking that you're a physician, even if you're wearing like a white coat. They might first think that you're a nurse or somehow like an assistant to a physician. Or I've had colleagues that were mistaken for like a janitor. And it's just like not on purpose, but it's somebody's, sort of mistake based on all the
So it's like
all
a
the
subconscious. Yeah. Okay.
conditioning that we have around what roles are for what types of people and that kind of thing.
right. So maybe passive aggressive is better.
So it'd be a subconscious. So microaggression would be like a subconscious thing, almost like where it's like, oh, I didn't. Oops. Fuck.
Yeah, it'd be like me thinking you're cool
think
because you have
so.
a beard.
Right. And not all people who have beards are cool.
No, they're not.
Some dudes with beards are assholes.
So after all these like little things happen, Nicole talks to her friend, the one that invited her to the barbecue, because you got to have a friend in Lifetime movie.
Yep.
And she's like, I don't know, something's like weird. Like it's a little weird with him. He's like getting really testy and stuff. And the friend's like, don't worry, guys don't like to talk about their feelings. It's fine.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you think? Did you think she's like ethnically ambiguous enough?
Well, Lifetime's usually pretty
The
good
friend.
about diversity, but yeah, she was something. I don't really know what she was, but
But she was the only something I think on the screen the whole time, right? I don't know.
very true, very true.
Oh yeah. Or was it? What was her friend? Her friend was.
I don't know what the friend's in like 2 scenes, so
She looks like almost like if see Emma
Maybe
so
Latina,
she's probably
maybe.
like
I don't, no clue.
I don't know, Middle Eastern ish.
Cool. So,
Right.
but anyways, the point is like she is like just don't worry about it. Just like he's just being a dude.
He's just a dude. Girl, he's just a dude.
Yes. Well, and Jonathan is being a dude. He's like crossing the line with the student that was like showing her neck and flipping her hair. Her name's Amber, and he like gives her a ride home so they can talk about her paper.
Yeah.
And he like puts his hand on her thigh.
Uh-oh.
And he's like, I think of you more than a student. And then they start dating because he buys her the jewelry the same jewelry, the earrings.
Okay. So he's got to move.
Yes.
He's got that move on him.
He's got it down. So
Yeah, it seems to work.
I mean, he could take me in a car and touch my thigh, and that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. Just don't break my pictures, please. My framed pictures. It's so mean.
Well, that's pretty mean. That's pretty lame.
What else? So there's another like weird thing where he's like telling Nicole that he doesn't want women to age or like get plastic surgery or something. What was that, Matt? Do you remember that?
Oh, he was saying that I think they were watching a movie or something, and she's like, "Oh, I can't believe that woman got plastic surgery," and he was like, "Oh, she needed it," and then Nicole's like, "What? Like, I thought you were my feminist professor boyfriend."
Yes. Okay, so Nicole is like going through some stuff again, like of Jonathan's like boxes and everything,
Yep.
and she finds some papers. So from college that he wrote.
Okay.
She finds an original copy with someone else's name on it and a copy that Jonathan had submitted. And she's like, this is weird. Yes.
Yeah.
So she looks up the guy, the original author, his name's Carl, and they're both doctoral candidates.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what that means,
Yeah.
Matt? What does that mean?
Like they're going for their PhDs, they're writing their like final dissertations, and we're going to the mom's house, right?
Yeah.
The mom explains like, oh yeah, they were like students together in the same program, and this Jonathan stole my son's paper, and then the son went in and he like passed muster or whatever, and then the original guy, Carl, the real writer, he ended up committing suicide.
Jesus Christ.
Right.
Yeah.
Because like Jonathan's such a good liar
Yeah.
that he convinced everyone that he wrote it when he was like proofreading it for his friend.
Oh, okay.
Right, that was
Yeah.
it, yeah.
And now my question is, Matt, do you relate to this at all?
As someone who plagiarized his way to a
To a
doctoral degree?
to a
Right.
doctorate?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it stung a little, yeah. But I don't think anybody died when I did it,
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad you don't have any
As far as
blood
I
on your
know.
hands, you know?
as far as I know.
Okay, good. So,
When I plagiarized someone for my doctorate,
yes.
nothing really bad happened. It was great. It was a great.
So
it turned
on your
out
way
great.
back from wherever the hell this person's house is, it was a really random, like, I don't know how she got that, but it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah.
So she swings by Jonathan's house and sees that no construction's going on. So why is he like living in her house? You know?
Right.
Yeah, just all these things. Here we go.
And since Nicole's out of town, Jonathan is like making dinner and she's like, I'll be home late. Don't worry. He's like, okay. Then he hangs up the phone and calls the college student, Amber, and he's like, come on over, baby.
Oh.
And they have sex in her bed, in Nicole's bed,
Uh-oh. Well,
which is very rude.
It's so
I mean, I
rude.
think that's a good term for it. That it's like, it goes beyond like other, treacherous and that. It gets to goes back around to rude.
Rude. Totally
Yeah.
rude.
Rude.
And
Where are your manners?
yes,
Yeah, like it's like bad manners. It's not
there's
even
got to be a guest room or somewhere else to go.
The basement, something. Yeah.
Exactly.
Anywhere
exactly.
else.
Anywhere else. And if it was me, if I was Amber, I'd be like, I don't. This like
What
is
are we-
a very feminine decor. Like, is this like your wife's room? Like, what's going on? I don't want to be in here. Anyways, have some self-respect, Amber, is
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
worry, she'll get hers. So, Nicole comes home and he's like kind of attacking her, like not physically, but like just like verbally, just like being like rude.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like blaming her for like snooping through his things. And she's like, okay, I'll admit where I was. And she's like telling him, and he's like, okay, well, I did that, but it's not my fault that he killed himself.
Wait, he admitted it?
Yeah.
Oh, that.
Well, what he said, if I remember right, he said that basically Carl, the original guy, Jonathan says, Carl stole my stuff, and when I threatened to go public with it, he killed himself. And literally, like, that's kind of how he puts it. Literally, immediately, Nicole's like, oh my God, I can't believe I didn't even see it that way. Like, she buys it immediately.
Oh, so he says it. Oh, okay.
Right.
He's like, no,
just
he
totally
stole my
reverses it.
shit.
And she's like, oh, die. Why didn't I think of it like that? I should have asked you.
Yeah, she should have.
Anyway, it's like pretty crazy.
I mean, that's a pretty good lie, though. I mean, that's that. I was gonna say that would not be very narcissistic of him if he admitted anything
but what really
wrong.
Yeah, but what pissed me off in that scene was that the immediate scene before, like you mentioned, she went to his house, saw there was no construction, nothing happening, and she goes home and he's preparing this dinner, and she's like, "I'm so pissed. Like, what are you doing? Your house isn't even under construction." And he's like, "That's what I wanted to tell you." Like, he's such a fucking. I'm sorry, I don't know if we can say that. He's such a liar.
Yeah,
you can totally swear on here.
Fucking say anything you want.
He's such a fucking liar. And that one, I mean, that lie was so obvious. And then immediately after that, she confronts him about the plagiarism, and he's like, "No, like you're getting it backwards." Like, no. Well, anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I wonder
things
wait,
are...
so he says
gaslighting.
So
right?
yeah,
Like that?
yeah, that would definitely be some gaslighting. Well, gaslighting would make it. He would turn it around and be like, "You're crazy. For thinking
Why are you
Well,
going
yeah.
through my stuff?"
Yeah.
Yes.
Which he's gonna do.
Yeah.
Right. So the college student, remember her, Amber, she is telling Jonathan, she's like, we need to talk. Like, we need to talk about our relationship. And they like go to dinner or something. And Connor, the son, walks by and he sees them in the window. And he's like, I'm going to tell. And Jonathan like chases after him and he's like, okay, I think they like talk. And he's like, I'm going to tell my mom that you're having an affair on her. And he's like, no, you're not. Jonathan and Connor are fighting. And then Jonathan leaves. Connor's walking. Mm-hmm. Jonathan gets the car and runs Connor over.
What? Just runs the kid over?
Yeah.
Runs a child over.
The poor Canadian kid.
That poor Canadian kid. He didn't do anything.
And then he's in a coma now.
Kid's in a coma.
That's how it goes. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the dad, Connor's dad, shows up because from wherever the hell he is.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, my son. And him and Nicole like hug. They're at the hospital. And Jonathan's like, okay, what's going on here? The husband leaves and Nicole's like crying. And he's like, so are you going to get back with your ex now? Is that what's going on? She's like,
Jesus.
What the hell are you talking about?
Dude. Yeah.
Like, my son's in a coma and that's his dad.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
he's here.
There was also this detective character that's introduced because it's a crime.
Of course.
And the detective goes to their house and literally asks 0 questions. I noted that specifically.
Oh yeah, the detective didn't even hit my notes because I'm like, this guy's
0
terrible.
questions are asked of anyone involved.
He shows up. He's like, I'm a detective. Okay.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Terrible attitude.
Yeah, your son's been hit. It's serious. We're working on it.
We're working on it. Bye.
So
here's my card.
You know, things are now strained between Nicole and Jonathan, and then she finds an earring in her bed. And she's like, what is this earring? It looks just like the one you gave me. That's weird. And he makes up a lie to get out of it. He's like, oh, it's yours.
Yeah. That's a pretty easy one.
Yeah.
That's an easy one to get out of.
He's really good at lying.
Yeah. Note to all you cheaters out there.
Yeah.
If you want to not have to get caught, just get all your
get your shit
little
together.
honeys all the same present.
Just get your shit. Be like, where'd this come from? You?
Yeah.
It was yours.
It's yours, stupid.
It's yours, you dum-dum.
And make sure they're all the same size person too. So they wear the same clothes.
Yeah, it's all the same. Whose underwear is it? It's for your fucking underwear. Put it on. Put it on. I'll show you.
So
it fits perfectly. Yeah, fuck off.
They get into an argument about something I can't even remember. It doesn't matter. But Nicole talks to her friend again, the one who is the only POC in the movie. And she's like, he's really short-tempered. He's being awful. He's kind of being narcissistic. This is when they say narcissistic. Mm-hmm. And the friend's like, oh my God, it sounds like he's a narcissist. And Nicole immediately goes to a Narcissist Anonymous group and gets a brochure. For real.
It was so good.
Everyone's sitting around in a circle, like an AA meeting, and they're talking about how narcissists affected them.
I know there has to be those.
I looked it up because I was
life.
before I make fun of this, let me see if it's real.
Right.
And in Chicago, there's 10 of them.
There's 10 of them.
Wow.
Yeah.
I want to go to one.
I don't know.
Narcissism must just be. I think narcissism is actually way more like prominent.
Well, right.
Well, especially with like social media and stuff.
Oh,
anyway.
Of course. So, So Jonathan, speaking of the narcissist, he like follows her there and sees like her out like getting the brochure, and he's like, "Oh, she's on to me." So he calls up the college student, and he's like, "Hey, let's go on the boat." I don't know how they get on the boat. I don't think it matters. So
yeah, it doesn't matter.
She, while they're on the boat, him and the college student, she's like, "Guess what, bitch? I'm pregnant."
Uh-oh.
And, you have to be with me or you're going to ruin your reputation. Or he doesn't want to ruin his reputation, but she's like, you need to, like, man up and father this baby. Mm-hmm. And we flash to the April, the alcoholic ex-wife thing. And then we see him running her off the road and killing her.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And then we flash back to Amber on the boat, and she's like, "Man up and take care of this child." And he's like, "I'll show you what it's like to be a man." And he gets a bottle of wine, which is really rude to wine. Can I just say, wine is not a weapon, everyone. Wine is like to make you feel fun and happy. He smashes her in the face with a bottle of wine.
Jesus.
I know.
I'll show you what it is to be a man.
And she gets knocked off the boat, floating in the ocean or wherever they are, dead.
Dead.
Yeah,
totally
she immediately dies from one hit. Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you could actually. Does the bottle of wine
smash?
I
don't think they had that budget.
So it just goes dunk.
Yeah.
Oh,
dunk.
okay. So that's actually more realistic.
Yeah,
though.
and like in like her face.
Yeah, just like dunk.
Yeah,
Done.
So she's dead. So we
that
go.
That could definitely kill somebody. I could see that.
We see now that Nicole is like going to. I guess Nicole finds out that Amber died somehow.
Okay.
Like Jonathan, the detective comes and questions them. They're like, "Hey, a student died on campus. We're interviewing you because you're a professor." And she's like,
he finally asked some questions. Cool.
Yeah, and she's like, "Oh, I'm going to do some investigating on my own." She goes to Amber's house and talks to the roommate. And the roommate is like, "I don't know. She was dating some new guy." And then what does Nicole find? The other earring.
Oh.
So she knows what's going on. And she like goes to Jonathan. She brings him the earring. She's like, "What is this? What is this earring?" And he's like, "It's your earring.
It's your fucking earring,
The
idiot.
one?
Dum-dum.
Remember when you lost the other one? Keep better track of your stuff."
It's your other one, you dumb idiot.
Yes. Yeah. And she accuses him of sleeping with a student, but he turns it around. And then this is when he's gaslighting her. Uh-huh. And she like kicks him out of the house. She's like, "Get out of here."
Yeah.
And then she gets a call that Connor has woken up from the hospital. And her husband's like, "Come right now." She like goes to leave. And then who's standing in the door? Jonathan. Right? Mm-hmm. And she's like, "What are you doing here?" And the husband's still on the phone. He's like, "I'm calling 911." And he hangs up. And she like starts running around. Like Jonathan starts chasing her. Mm-hmm. And I didn't really write a lot about.
It's a pretty good chase, though. It's like shadowy. There's a lot of like near misses and diving behind tables. But then he gets her.
Yeah.
And then he's like strangling her type of thing up by the fireplace. And I don't know, you remember then the award that Jonathan got when he was with his wife 2 years ago before she died? And she was all like, that night they had a big fight and that's when she died or whatever. Jonathan brought that award, put it on Nicole's fireplace. So it's like this hunk of an object on the fireplace.
Perfect.
And it just so happens to be right next to where she's getting strangled. So she's able to grab the object, grab his award, and smash him over the head with it.
Yeah. Perfect.
Which kills him instantly.
Well, yeah.
Great.
So
good riddance.
Yes. And then we get a nice little scene at the end of Nicole, Connor, and the husband laughing in the hospital.
They were literally laughing. I was like,
for no reason.
This is so strange. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was attacked
it's so weird.
by a fucking dude. I killed a person.
Yes.
You know how like Canadians have
self-defense.
humor and everything? They're just like, so, that's just how they live.
Right.
That main actress is Canadian too. I looked her up. Yeah.
Oh, she is?
Well, just
of
kill.
She's
like French-Canadian,
Well, killed a man.
Okay.
Killed a man, eh?
So that wraps up our conversation about what is this movie called? My Mother's Killer Boyfriend.
My Mother's Killer Boyfriend.
The Narcissist, a much better title. On the podcast, we either pour it up or put a cork in it. We'll start with Matt. What are you going to do to this movie?
Like I said, I haven't seen one of these in like 20-something years. I laughed a lot during it and like also kind of like screeched a lot. So it got me engaged. So I'm going to pour it up.
All right. Yeah. Good.
Yes.
Well done. Yeah.
And Drew, what are you going to do?
Man, I'm going to pour it up. That's fun. I like the end where it's mostly because of the end where they're just like laughing in a hospital right after manslaughter.
Yes. I think I should make a compilation of all the times they just laugh at the end for no reason.
They're just like,
Yeah, it really happens.
Everything's fine.
A lot.
But I like it.
Good. I too am going to pour it up. I think
they actually got narcissism down pretty well.
Well, exactly, because like they're tackling a subject.
Sure.
They're trying their best. It brought it to light to me in a way I didn't know. I mean, I just thought it was looking in the mirror a lot.
Yeah.
It was like a public service announcement spread out over 87 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
They're doing a service.
Yeah.
I like that.
So
Getting
good for Lifetime for giving it a shot at trying to like tackle a subject.
And getting back to their roots, with the PSA kind of style.
Yeah. And women in peril. Great.
Women in peril.
Not great. Not actually great though.
No.
Okay. Now let's do a Candace.
Okay.
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Yes. What you say, Candace Cameron Bure. On my wedding day, catch the bouquet. Candace hates the gays. Candace Cameron Bure. Drinking rosé, eating creme brulee. Can't share with me. Candace Cameron Bure. Yeah. What you say, Candace Cameron Bure. Okay, what you say, Candace Cameron Bure, the segment where we watch Candace's Instagram and we talk about it. So we're going to play a little clippy here, and then we'll talk about it. Let's see. Okay, here we go.
Candace's Car Chronicles. I have been listening to Annie F. Downs on her podcast, That Sounds Fun, and I'm in tears because she has a whole summer series on the Enneagram. The Enneagram, if that just blipped right there. And some of you guys totally know what this is, and a bunch of you, like me, had never heard about it until probably like 6 months ago for me. And
I'm with you, girl. I know what you're talking about.
I'm hooked. I so want to know more. I'm diving deeper into it. It's making me feel so connected and heard, and realize that like, oh, I'm not the only one. When you find out what your number is, in terms of your personality, there's 9 different ones, and there's much more to it than that. But anyway, I'm just like, I'm listening to my number this morning. And if you're listening along to her podcast, you know what that number is. Oh my goodness.
Okay. So
So
basically it's a personality test.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wait, what did she call it?
It's an Enneagram.
Oh, Enneagram. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's like
another version of that.
What is that? Briggs-Meyer?
Yeah, Briggs-Meyer.
All those type of things, like astrology. I know your opinion on these things. Matt, do you buy into any of this stuff?
I'll be honest that I like to think about those things and read about them. But when I was listening to her clip, I was like, have you heard of numerology? You know about that?
Yeah.
Isn't that exactly what she's describing?
No, this is like a different.
So it's
It's like one of those personality things where they designate like a number for your personality type.
Literally, it's the same thing as like when it's like, oh, you're this color type. This is your
colors.
Your personality color type. It's not as much of a. It's based more in reality than it is than astrology.
It's not like the stars.
It's about your personality.
I've
you're more. It's like, okay, you're a red, so you're kind of more the one that just kind of goes after it.
Yes.
And then or you're blue, you're more emotional, or
right.
You're more analytical.
So the number thing, it's like 1 through 9, and I looked up the podcast that she was talking about because I want to know what her number is, and she's a 3, and I am also a 3.
It's okay.
What?
Look,
me and Candace are the same. I'm freaking out. I was like, oh my God, we're the same. And it makes so much sense. It makes
you
so
feel
much...
even more connected to her?
I mean, I don't want to feel connected to her. That's my problem.
Well, just personality-wise.
It's like an entertainer. Like, like it's very common for entertainers to be similar like in their personality type. So it's like putting your like you're kind of like compartmentalizing like your personality to like be whatever you need to be to whoever you're with. Is like the number 3's like trait or something.
Okay.
I'm like, oh my God, like, yes.
So you a fake ass bitch?
Kind of, a little bit.
Because her post seemed really authentic and just so her, like she's just effortlessly authentic.
Right? Yeah.
Which is what is nice. Yeah.
That's how she does. She had her glasses on. She's in her car.
Bless it.
But
bless
yeah,
her.
So I totally buy into all that shit. I know you do not, Drew.
Well,
but
it's not that I don't. I mean, I don't buy into the astrology shit.
They all say
that's different though.
They
That's
all
a different
summarize the same thing though. Like whatever test I take, it's always the same kind of vibe.
Well, because it's easy to because it's like okay, well,
I guess because I'm answering the same questions in a certain pattern.
Yeah, you're like, oh, I mean, these questions are pretty easy. You go, oh,
that's
it's
me.
like
That's
when
me.
I'm
That's
when
not
I'm
me.
in a crowd, do I shut up or do I say stuff? And you're like, well, of course, after a few of those, of course, you can get like a personality. You can get a color,
right?
Or I'm blue, I'm red, I'm yellow, I'm more I'm analytical, I'm green. Like so, it.
Well, we need to know your number. I'm going to make you take the
All
test.
right, I'll take the test. I'll take it.
We'll
sure.
see. Okay, great.
Next time we'll say.
Next time. Okay, Matt. Thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
Thank you for having me, Patrick and Drew. It was a lot of fun.
It was great, man.
Yes. Do you have any pluggy things you'd like to plug at the end? Do you have like a doctor website?
Absolutely not. No, I don't.
Well, we need to work on that. We need to get you like a doctor Instagram.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll talk offline about it.
It's basically you with a stethoscope,
Oh, like strategically covering different parts of my body.
Yeah,
sure. Yeah. I don't know. Just like listening to different things with your stethoscope. Just like listening to a tree.
Just a tree.
Listening to we
like
could get
connecting to the world.
Connecting to nature.
Your doctor nature.
Connecting to someone's third eye on their forehead.
I'm open to it.
Okay, great. We'll talk offline.
Okay.
Very important. Very important. Drew, how about you? Anything to plug?
Nah. Well, just my band just came out with a new album on Spotify and Prime and all that stuff. All the iTunes, all this stuff.
Wonderful. Okay,
the
great.
Limbos. We're the Limbos.
The Limbos. We talked about them earlier in the episode.
That's where the little boy goes to.
Yes, that's right. Connor loves the Limbos. Okay, so that wraps up this episode. You can follow me at Patrick Pingal or the podcast at Lifetime on Court. Don't forget to rate and review us. Matt, what's your favorite emoji?
My favorite emoji is the face with the little 3 hearts around it.
Okay. So face with 3 hearts for Matt's episode. If you like this episode, just put that little emoji in the review and we'll know that it was for this one. Okay, that's it. Bye.
Bye.